Hello friends, how are you? This is Dr. Sri Nagi, Ayurveda and Medicine Doctor and also Isha Hatha Yoga teacher. So today in this video, I am going to talk about very important rules that we need to keep in our mind if we have asthma. And what are the diet recommendations, that means what are the do's and don'ts, what to eat, what not to eat, what are the precautions regarding diet if somebody has asthma. So let's see what Ayurveda has to say about it. As you know, according to Ayurveda principles, all the diseases have been treated as imbalance of doshas. So when it comes to asthma, it is considered as Vata and Kapha imbalance. That means the Vata dosh in your system is imbalanced for some reason. Similarly, Kapha dosh in your system has been imbalanced for long. Most of the times it has been seen that whenever your Vata dosh got aggravated and Kapha dosh will aggravate, it will lead to a condition that is called asthma. So what we need to do? We need to take diet which will reduce your Vata dosha, and we need to take diet which will reduce your Kapha dosha, so that we will remove those things which aggravate these doshas by focusing on our diet. So first thing comes what we can do to reduce your Vata dosha. As you know, Vata dosha is very dry in nature. Vata means dryness. Wherever Vata got aggravated, that means there is dryness in the system. So we need to remove all those things which create dryness in our system. So let's see what are the things according to Ayurveda which aggravate Vata dosha in our system. So first and foremost thing which causes excessive dryness in our system is tea, coffee, green tea. Many times this happens, people think green tea is extremely beneficial for our health, and many asthma people start drinking green tea, and that will aggravate your Vata dosh, and ultimately you will see like asthma get aggravated or you are getting these attacks very quickly. When I am talking about green tea, I am not saying you should stop taking all the herbal teas. Herbal teas you can take which contains medicines, which contains herbs. But as you know, this green tea or coffee or normal black tea, that contains aggravated Vata element because they are dry in nature. So if you are very obese for some reason, or if somebody has Kapha body type, green tea is good for that person. But if you are having asthma, then you should avoid green tea, black tea and coffee. All these three things, because they all bring dryness in our system. Whenever there is Vata aggravation or dryness in our system, you will feel you will not be able to sleep at night. If you drink tea during night or coffee during night, you will see there will be a little bit disturbance in your sleep. That happens because it aggravates your Vata dosha. So these are the very common mistakes which people do, because they think because these teas are hot, they are good for the system. But actually, if you are having asthma, you should avoid all these three teas according to Ayurveda principles. Next common mistake which we are doing, we are eating dry fruits. Not soaked dry fruits, but dry fruits, just opening the packet and start eating dry fruits without soaking them overnight. What is the best way to eat dry fruits? Regarding that, I already have created a video. You can go through my channel, how to eat dry fruits, how to eat raisins. You can find these videos, or there is a link below in the description. You can search, you can click on that link and you can watch these videos. These videos will be very helpful for you how to eat dry fruits. So without soaking, don't eat dry fruits, and you cannot eat dry fruits in excess, because even soaked dry fruits, they cause Kapha aggravation, and if you are eating them without soaking, they will cause Vata aggravation. So you need to choose equilibrium or very balanced dry fruits. Though dry fruits are extremely healthy and very beneficial for health, but if you are having asthma, you need to choose consciously. So next precaution that you need to take, that is to lower down your kapha dosh. If you are having asthma or any asthmatic disease, or even if you have weak lungs, you should avoid all those things which are kapha aggravating. And first and foremost fruit which is responsible for aggravation of kapha is banana. So, if you are having any kind of chest infection, bronchial disease, bronchitis, though my lungs are also not so good, so I avoid eating banana. So, these kind of small things, if you pay attention and if you take these precautions, your lungs will be maintained much better than without taking any precautions. So, when we talk about these things, the first thing that comes in my mind is banana. Banana is extremely good fruit, but it is not for those people who have chest problems, weak lungs, asthma, bronchitis, any kind of lung disease. Because according to Ayurveda, banana is responsible for kapha enhancement, and whenever there is excessive mucus, excessive cough in the system, that will cause inflammation in your lungs, and in return it will produce more and more mucus, and then what will happen, you will feel breathing difficulty. So, it is very important that you remove banana as a fruit from your diet. Many times this happen, people come to me and they say like we are not eating dinners, but at night we are taking banana around 10 o'clock, 3-4 bananas we are taking, and we are sleeping because we don't want to make our sleep bad, so we eat only fruits at night. So, for all those people, I would like to request, if you have any kind of chest problem or sinusitis or any kapha related disease, please try to avoid banana as a fruit. And the best time to have fruits is either in the morning or in the afternoon. In the evening, best to have anything boiled vegetable soup, wheat chapati, wheat something, but try to avoid any kind of fruit. Next most common practice that we do or mistake that we do while eating food, especially if you have weak lungs, that is use of curd. Because curd is very good for health, it is full of natural bacteria. So, for many people curd becomes extremely important part of our diet. What is curd? That is naturally fermented milk. Even in traditional Western families, they make yogurt naturally without use of any chemicals. So, I am not saying that kind of yogurt, but curd is also that fermented milk or curdled milk which does not contain any kind of preservatives, it is homemade. So, it is very healthy if you are if you do not have any kind of bronchial disease. But if you have such disease like asthma, bronchitis or any such kind of disease, you should avoid curd. If you are healthy, even for healthy people, you should have curd either in the morning or in the afternoon, never at night. Next thing is, which is very common and we do this very common mistake, that is about milk. Though I am not against milk, but if you have any kind of bronchial disease or allergy or asthma or any such disease, then you should avoid milk, especially buffalo's milk. If you are taking milk from buffalo, though buffalo's milk is extremely nutritious, if you think in terms of bodybuilding, and it is very good for sleep, but at the same time it is extremely kapha enhancing. So, you should avoid buffalo's milk and even cow's milk also. It is not so good for asthma. If you have any kind of asthmatic disease, you should avoid even cow's milk, but goat's milk you can have. If there is possibility to have goat's milk, it is good for asthma according to Ayurveda, but not in excess, but this much glass of this kind of milk you can have. But all other milk like cow's milk, which is extremely beneficial for your brain, and buffalo's milk, which is very beneficial for your strength, but these two milks you should avoid if you have any kind of lung disease, especially asthma. And for certain reasons, if you have to drink milk, there is no other option, and you want to have cow's milk because you have your own farm or your own cows, natural breed cows, like they are not mixed breed, then this kind of milk even you can have, but make sure you mix water in it so that it will be easily digestible and the kapha element in this milk will go down. So, this kind of milk will be healthy for you, but try to avoid milk if it is possible. Or what you can do, you can boil this much inch of cinnamon or ginger in this milk and let it boil for 10 to 15 minutes, and after that switch off the burner, and once milk will become at room temperature, little higher than that at the temperature of tea or coffee, this kind of milk you can drink. Next thing that comes, that is buttermilk. This kind of milk is this milk that you can have. Buttermilk with little bit of pepper, little bit of Himalayan salt. This is good for health and it's very easily digestible, so anybody can have buttermilk. In Ayurveda, it is also called Takra, and we also have created a video regarding buttermilk. So, you can watch this video, find out that video from my channel, and you will find very good information about buttermilk, what Ayurveda has to say about buttermilk. Make use of it. Other precautions that you need to take if you have asthma as a disease, don't worry, it is not something very severe disease. Anyway, whatever your protocol your doctor has given, that you also need to keep in your mind. But here I am telling about Ayurveda perspective, what Ayurveda has to say about it. So, Ayurveda also recommend you don't take anything from refrigerator that is very cold in temperature, especially ice cream. As you know, this ice cream, even I can't eat ice cream, it is not good for my lungs. So, ice cream is very tasty, 1 or 2 spoons somebody wants to have, they can have, but still I will recommend if you have asthma, please try to avoid it. Just let it come at room temperature and then 2 spoons you can have, but chilled cold ice cream which looks very tasty and these fumes come out of it, this kind of ice cream you should avoid. If you do not have healthy lungs, please do not take ice cream. Ice looks very cooling, like it will give a lot of coolness in our system, but actually if you pay attention according to Ayurveda, ice is hot in potency and it is not good for health. So, I would recommend if you have asthma, try to avoid the use of ice cream. In addition to that, do not take any chilled water or chilled juices, that will also enhance your kapha dosh and it will aggravate your asthma. So, now the question comes, what are the fruits that you can eat and they are very beneficial if you have any kind of lung disease, that is pomegranate, papaya. Orange also you can eat because this orange, if you are eating in sun, it is good for health. Apple you can eat. But all these fruits which you are going to eat, make sure you just soak it in warm water so that they will become little bit warmer. They should not be just taken out from the refrigerator and then you put in your mouth in cold temperature. That will aggravate your problem. So, you just soak it in warm water for some time and then remove the outer peel and then eat it. It is more beneficial for your health. In addition to that, you try to focus more on breathing exercises, or you can learn pranayama or Nadi Shuddhi pranayama. Try to do it empty stomach. It will enhance your lung capacity and it will make your lungs healthy. If you have no idea about pranayama, no idea about how to learn, so there are links in the description. You can learn some Isha practices also, they will also be beneficial, or any yoga from any trustworthy source which will teach you pranayama, because pranayama is extremely beneficial for the health of your lungs. Next thing is, most common question that people are asking, what about sugarcane juice, because sugarcane juice is extremely cooling in potency and in summers it is very good, very healthy. Yes, sugarcane juice is healthy, but it is not for asthma person. If you have any kind of chest problem or any especially asthma, then you should avoid sugarcane juice, because sugarcane juice is very good for health, but it is good for healthy person who does not has any kind of respiratory problem, because it is extremely kapha enhancing. And as you know, for asthma patients, we are trying to reduce all those things which are responsible for enhancing kapha dosh in the system. So, try to avoid sugarcane juice. In addition to, in place of that, you can have papaya, you can have pomegranate, even pineapple you can have, and all fruits you can have. Except not excess use of melons, watermelons and muskmelons, but still little bit you can have out of them also. In addition to that, try to avoid all those food which is very heavy to digest, that means fried food. So, anything if you are eating very much fried in excess, then please try to avoid it, because if you eat fried food, that means what? It will aggravate your Vata dosha. So, what will happen if you will eat fried food? It will cause imbalance in the doshas, and this is not good for your chest. In addition to that, try to get up early in the morning, that is 6 to 7 o'clock, and try to have your dinners early. In dinner, do not take anything very heavy, just chapati, anything made up of wheat or boiled vegetable, that would be very good for your health. So, can they eat rice? Yes, they can eat rice, but try to have rice which is not from fresh season, but those rice which are from last season. These kind of rice, if you are eating, they are not very much kapha enhancing, and they are more better for your system if you are having asthma, because they are very light to digest. So, try to find those rice which are from previous season, not fresh season rice. Among sugars, try to avoid all the artificial sugar. You can have honey, you can have palm sugar, you can have dates, all these things you can have, but if possible, try to reduce all these confectionaries and artificial sugars. They are not so good for health. And in addition to that, if you want to have any juice, though I recommend more fruits, canned juices and packed juices and canned food and packed food, these food are not so good for health. Try to cook by yourself, try to consume it within 1 hour of cooking, so that it will yield more and more health to you. So that's all for today. These are the diet recommendations. I hope you will like it and you will get benefited out of it. In addition to that, if you have any questions, please write down those questions. I will try to answer your questions in the best possible way. And if you are watching me for the first time, this is a bell icon, there is a subscription button. You can click the bell icon, you can hit the subscription button, so that you stay in tune with our upcoming videos. Also, if you would like to support us, there is a join button near subscription button. You can click this join button and you can support us. Also, those of you who want to have Ayurveda consultations, please write to me. I will try to schedule in your consultations accordingly, though we are going through very tight schedules. So, I am sorry if I am not able to reply to some of your mails or some of your comments, but I am trying my best to reply each and every comment whenever I find time. So, thank you so much for having patience, and I am very grateful to all of you for all the support and love that you are giving to us. Thank you so much for watching, and with this note I would like to say, stay healthy, stay blessed, take care, bye.